Hey everybody, Dominic here, and we're outside the old jail in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, and we're gonna head inside and take a tour. These cells down here are solitary confinement, or the dungeon. There are windows up there, but they would be blocked when prisoners were here, so people could drop things in the window for them. Here's how the doors looked. You'd be down here for 3 days to 3 weeks. And it would be cold in the summer and really hot in the winter because the furnaces were here. There's one cell over here with a sink. Cell 17 is where the handprint is on the wall. He said he was innocent and the handprint would stay to prove it. Some helmets. These are playing cards found in the dungeon. They were found in the dungeon with a newspaper dated 1914. These spoons were found in the dungeon, but in 2007 in the ceiling pipes. There's some shanks right there. That's the newspaper found in the dungeon with the playing cards. This is where the warden would live with the family. Here's the bathroom. They had 3 cells for women on the second floor. I'm wearing a real prison uniform from the new jail. That's what it says on her outfit. This is the prison kitchen. Okay, so we've just left the old jail and now we're gonna walk a little bit more around Jim Thorpe and see something else. So we have this car here, a 1949 Packard, a straight 8, 3-speed, 6,900, and it runs. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. That's a Packard. Look at that hood ornament. Then over here we have a 1950 Chrysler New Yorker. 8,900 for it. I like the color. It's nice. Gas cap there. Looks like there's 2 more for sale. This is a 48 Chrysler C93. It looks pretty scary with a skull on the hood, doesn't it? Then you can look in here. Definitely the old dash. Looks like it might have a radio, not really sure. And this is a 36 Chrysler. I bet definitely someone would buy this and turn it into a hot rod, don't you think? Look in here. The gauge is like, there is no radio or anything. So and the guy has a sign here too, the perfect gift, birthday, graduation, anniversary, retirement, Christmas, April 1st, for that certain someone, lowest prices in town. And they're right here. And up there, that house is all with skeletons. And then when I go home, I get one more. If you look up there, there's a house all the way up on the hill. Looks like a road goes all the way up. Never been up that road, but I want to sort of see if we can find out. So we're walking down one of the side streets in Jim Thorpe. It's basically the size of an alley, but there's stores along here and restaurants and apartments and garages and just places where people live. So I see over here, this is the Mauchunk Coffee Company. Jim Thorpe, before it was called Jim Thorpe, was called Mauchunk. So it's right in here. Okay, so this looks like the way up the hill, where we saw some of those houses up the hill. So you can sort of see there. I don't know, they're maybe fixing that hill or it's starting to collapse. And it looks like you can go up here and then all the way up. Okay, so we're walking down. We just passed a restaurant. And this, I don't know, this window display looks weird too. See Barbie, see a really old Barbie doll back there, some different soda bottles. And then there is a shop here that has lots of pickles. There's a sign there, ew, people.
Salsa, everything in the jar with the homemade tag we make here.
Okay, awesome, thank you. I think that's a restaurant there. There's a store there called Jingle Bells, and it's a Christmas store. It's right there. And then straight ahead across the street is the train station. We're walking over to the train station. Right here is a giant piece of coal. also have 70-minute trolley tour rides. You can see right there where that open flag is, so you can do that. Do you want to go over to the train ticket booth or go inside, or?
We've been inside.
Let's go over here and just see that train a little bit. So yeah, we might not have enough time to go on a train today, but we can do it another time. When I was a kid, my parents brought us here to go on a train ride. We did like the fall foliage one, and that was pretty good.
Didn't get the Gorge Express for 4 years.
Looks like the open air car is 24, standard coach 22, and first class lounge is 54. Okay, so we walked down to the train station and they had tickets for the 4:30 train ride. So we got tickets and we're gonna go on the train. Okay, we just got on the open air car. This side is going to be the river side, so we'll be driving along and be able to see the river most of the way. And then this side over here will be most of the mountainside. So I think we'll see a lot as we go. That's the bike path there. So you can ride bikes there. Huh?
This white spot along the river is one of the few places where the tracks will be high out. We are entering yet another sharp curve on the main line, known as Oxbow Curve. It was named by voters of Lehigh Canal for its resemblance to a yoke that oxen used to pull wagons. The curve forms almost a half circle. About halfway around the curve, we pass underneath what appears to be a footbridge. Suspended above the tracks in the Lehigh River, it spans approximately 365 feet. This was the old Tidewater oil pipeline constructed in 1879. It was the first successful oil pipeline in the world, initially running 100.
You can see the caboose back there. I'll try to show you a better look at the caboose. Okay, we're coming up to a waterfall, so
We have reached our destination, Old Penhaven, also known as Penhaven Junction.
you can see here between the two train cars, and they're switching the engine around, so we're going to watch that. The engine coming down these tracks here, and then it's going to go in the front of the train and bring us back into Jim Thorpe. There is an abandoned railroad tunnel, and I'll put an arrow so you can see where it is.
Stop in the station, please exit the train where there's an open door and step up with a uniformed car host present. We ask that you take your time getting off the train and remember to hold on to the yellow handrails and watch your step. For more information about our trains and our future schedules, please visit www.lgsrlive.com. Have a wonderful day and enjoy your time in the historic town of Jim Thorpe, taking in all it has to offer.
The mascot Lehigh George. This is the train station here. Okay, so now we're gonna walk back towards the car, and we're gonna walk by some different mansions so we can see that on the way up. Back in the 1800s, Jim Thorpe was the second most popular tourist destination behind Niagara Falls. That statue is for Defenders of the Union from Carbon County, 1865, so Civil War monument. I don't think it's stone, I think it's metal. Like cast. But yeah, there's the Civil War monument. And right up there on the hill is the Asa Packer Mansion. That's open for tours throughout the year. During the 1800s, Jim Thorpe had the most millionaires living in one town. Here's the Harry Packer Mansion. They also do murder mystery weekends, and it's a bed and breakfast. It's also the inspiration for the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland and Disney World. So you can see that one. That one's hidden there. And then that red one. So far we've gone up that far. Can't even see the monument anymore. You can see the clock tower like right there. Once we get in the car, we're gonna head over to Jim Thorpe's grave. Behind me is a statue of Jim Thorpe, a famous Olympian. Okay, so let's get a closer look at this statue. So he did pentathlon events. The broad jump, he jumped 23 feet, 2.7 inches. He did the javelin, third place, 153 feet, 3 inches. Here you can see right here. The discus, first place, over 116 feet. He was first place in the 200-meter dash at 22.9 seconds. And he did the 1,500-meter race, first place, in 4 minutes, 44.8 seconds. So 1,600 meters is a mile. So he basically ran less than a 5-minute mile. So Jim Thorpe was a Native American. He has no connection to this town. This town up here used to be called Mauchunk, Pennsylvania. Well, they took Jim Thorpe's body and it's now right here. So he was born in 1888 and he died in 1953. And this is where he's buried. His widow gave permission, so it's totally legal, but some family members were upset by it and still are. You can see here, there's a quote there. "Sir, you are the greatest athlete in the world. King Gustav from Stockholm, Sweden, 1912 Olympics." And we could see on that other statue all the events that he won. So his family has been fighting to get his body back, but they've lost all the lawsuits. So he's still buried here, and the town is named after him now. It's called Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. You can see a nod there to him being a Native American, to his Olympic events. We have running here, and over here we have him doing the high jump. Playing some American football. And then if we go over here, we have another statue of him playing, I think it's... So on this statue here, it also talks about Jim Thorpe's American football career. So he was born on the Fox Reservation in Oklahoma Territory. Then in 1904, he went to the Carlisle Indian School in Pennsylvania. Then in 1911, he was on the first team All-American football team at Carlisle. And then he started playing professional football in 1915 on the Canton Bulldogs. 1920, selected as the first president of the National Football League. I do see something right down there, so maybe we'll walk down there and see what's there as well. So I guess he has one connection to Pennsylvania. He went to that Indian school. Oh, a baseball statue? The other statue is going to be a baseball statue because he played baseball too. So yeah, I knew that he was a famous Olympian. I didn't know he also played American football. This says the spirit of thunder and lightning, this sculpture here. And then Jim Thorpe's Indian name, Wathohuk, means path lit up at night by a bolt of lightning. And here's a little bit better view of that sculpture there. Yeah, so here's a picture of him with the New York Giants playing baseball. That's the Carlisle track team. This is the postage stamp that they did in memory of him in 1984. The professional sportsman. We have the 1912 Olympics. So I think he won. We saw over there on the other statue how many events that he won. This is showing when Jim Thorpe lived here in Pennsylvania. The Carlisle years. So we can see him here as a teenager, basketball player, football player, star of the football team, track team down here. And that's Hiram P. Thorpe, Jim's father. And his father was a direct descendant of the famous Chief Black Hawk. Alright, let's walk up here one more time. It seems like Jim Thorpe is now going to be buried here for a long time to come. So thanks for joining me today. If you have some other suggestions where I can go in the future, just let me know down in the comments. And thanks for watching.